I'm really excited to sign the bill that can provide tax relief for our small businesses across the state. I want to thank Representative Van Winkle, Representative Byrd, Senator Holbert, and Senator Pedersen. What this bill does is it provides flexibility for local governments to exempt up to 100% of the business personal property tax that can provide relief to different sectors. Just as an example, they can do it on a sector-by-sector basis or across the board, but for instance, a restaurant might have to pay or does have to pay tax on their property. They might have an oven and other property there. It's a very small tax. It's not a lot for cities and counties, but it is a lot to the businesses that pay it. This will allow them to exempt businesses from that tax, either across the board, certain sectors. This bill builds on the work started by House Bill 1029, which gave local governments the flexibility to offer incentives related to business personal property tax. As a whole, it's not one of the biggest sources of revenue for local governments. It's a relatively small one, but it is a particularly onerous one from a paperwork perspective. So some local governments raising the threshold, less filers. I'm hopeful that there will be, as I call for in the state of the state, some reforms at the state level to raise the threshold on who has to file the business personal property tax as well. But today we're celebrating local flexibility in providing tax relief to small businesses. And I want to thank Representative Van Winkle, Representative Byrd, Senator Holbert, Senator Pedersen for really bringing this important tool that local governments will have to help power the Colorado comeback and bring businesses roaring back. With that, I'll turn it over to Senator Holbert.
Thank you, Governor Polis. This is an exciting bill, Senate Bill 130, and it was assigned originally to the Senate Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, sometimes known as the Kill Committee. But it passed that committee unanimously. It went to the Senate consent calendar and passed unanimously. This is an opportunity for us at the state to give flexibility to county commissioners, the board members of special districts, and town and city council members to help businesses in their respective jurisdictions by offering relief to business personal property tax for this year. It does not take any money away from any school. School districts can assess business personal property tax, and none of these jurisdictions can take that right away, that authority away from school boards. It also does not require any backfill from the state. So really excited. Thank you, Governor, for signing this bill. Excited to be here in a bipartisan way to support a great bill. And I would say that it wouldn't exist if it hadn't been for the institutional memory and the request from my friend, Representative Kevin Van Winkle. Thank you.
Representative Van Winkle.
Well, thank you, Senator Holbert. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Chair Byrd. And of course, great to Commissioner Laura Thomas for being here today. This is a very exciting bill because it means real tax relief for real Colorado citizens. As we know, restaurants, buildings, companies have things that aren't being used right now because of social distancing, because of other measures, but yet they're still being taxed on those. What this bill does is allows them tax relief on those utilities and other things that they're not using right now. So it's tax relief for people at a time when it's very important.
Representative Byrd.
Thank you, Governor. I don't have that much to add, only to say that I'm so appreciative of the bipartisan commitment to a recovery in our economy. We need every tool in the tool chest to get our businesses back to health, people back employed, and things roaring again in Colorado. So I couldn't be more thrilled to be part of this. Thanks.
Thank you. And again, we thank Commissioner Thomas for her work on this bill, and excited to see how different jurisdictions across the state use this newfound tool to provide meaningful relief to small businesses. We will now make it official for the law as the law of Colorado. It's officially the law of Colorado. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations.
Thank you, Governor.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Governor.
And you guys have some plans to use it, I assume.